Hi, I am the Box Office Wizard, bringing you weekend box office predictions and movie review. For today's show, going to give you an update on Beat the Expert, also movie news on Blade Runner 2049, and last but not least, predictions for this upcoming weekend box office, and it is going to be a very boring box office coming up here, so just wait till you hear the numbers. So, overall for Beat the Expert this past week, I actually finished in first. Had a great week at 84.9%. Coming in second was Box Office Mojo at 81.5%. Coming in third was Box Office Profits at 79.1%. And finishing in last, which actually helped everybody out, was Box Office Pro at 78.8%. So that helped me out a whole lot overall. I'm still in third place though at 81.7%. Box Office Mojo's in second at 82.5%. And Box Office Pro's maintaining its lead at 83.1%. So I moved up just I think about a tenth, so that will help out a little bit. Box Office Profits obviously still in last. Either way though, got about 4 months left, so hopefully I can ride this wave a little bit from last weekend and carry it on through this upcoming 4-day weekend. So real quick movie news I'm going to share is Blade Runner 2049. It was revealed that this is going to be the longest movie that's come out so far in 2017. It's going to have a runtime of 2 hours and 32 minutes, so be ready for that. Either way, though, it should be action-packed, and really it's one that I can't wait to see. So, but I thought I'd share that. I think it's beating out Transformers, which was, I think, about 3 or 4 minutes shorter, if I remember right. So, hey, predictions for this coming weekend. Like I said, I'm going with a 4-day weekend. Hopefully the other sites that are predicting will do a 4-day weekend too. If not, I will adjust those numbers accordingly from their perspective when I do calculate it. So, either way, though, it's going to be an interesting weekend. Number 10, this is actually kind of a honorary pick for number 10. I'm going with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This movie's actually coming out this weekend, and it's actually the movie that's being released the most nationwide with 900 theaters for a release. So it's actually preparing for its 40th anniversary, which comes up in November. But I was really shocked to see this. I hadn't heard anything up to this point, so I did have the opportunity to see this as a kid. It's one of my favorite movies overall for sci-fi. Absolutely love Devil's Tower. Just kind of throw you some numbers out. Originally, it made $303.8 million worldwide. If you adjust that for today's number, it's just under $500 million at $494 million. So very excited to see this. I haven't looked to see if it's actually playing anywhere near me. I may go see it. But either way, though, should have a decent weekend. I'm going to put it at $850,000 for the weekend. So, coming in ninth will be the Emoji Movie. This movie now has $145 million in the bank. And definitely going to be a sequel on the way with only a $50 million budget. Not sure how fast they'll roll that out, though. Either way, though, a lot of my movies for my predictions that will be slightly increased from last weekend's because I just went ahead and just compared with what they actually made versus trying to adjust for the 3-day. Either way, though, probably about a 10% increase for the 4 days. I'm going to put it at $2.7 million. Coming in eighth is the movie Hazo Como Hombre, or as they're calling it here, Do It Like an Hombre. What this movie's about is basically a guy that comes out of the closet at the age of 35. His friends help him deal with it and all that, and it's supposed to be... I was trying to figure out if it's a comedy or not. Looked kind of boring to me, but either way, though, this movie is coming out. Think it will crack the top 10 definitely. There's a couple other movies that are coming out that definitely will not, unless they just slide into that number 10 spot. Either way, this movie will do okay. I'm going to put it at $3.2 million, and you know, with a 4-day weekend, that'll probably be pretty close where it'll end up. So, coming in seventh will be Spider-Man. It's now at $738 million worldwide, continuing to do very well. I'm going to see it increase about 25% this weekend compared to last weekend. I'm going to put it in at $3.45 million. Coming in sixth will be Logan Lucky. This movie's now made $20 million worldwide. Still has a lot of ground to cover, though. It does have a $29 million budget. I saw quite a bit of advertising for it here locally in my city, so I think it'll only break even or even be slightly less from what it did last weekend. I'm going to put it at $4.1 million. Coming in fifth will be the movie Leap. This movie's now only made $9 million here in the U.S. However, though, it is picking up steam overseas. $80 million now in the bank overseas, so I'm going to give it about a 5% increase here. I've watched a little bit more on this. I still don't get the movie much, but either way, I'm going to put it at $4.9 million for this coming weekend. Coming in fourth will be the movie Dunkirk. It's now at $414 million worldwide. We'll put it up at 25%. Not a lot else out there for people to see for the target audience that they do have. Get a lot of repeat business this weekend as well. We'll put it in at $4.85 million. Coming in third will be the movie Wind River. It's now made $12 million here in the U.S. There's nothing overseas yet, but it should have a better weekend than most of what some of these other movies are doing. I'm going to put about a 15% increase. I'm going to put it at $5.25 million. Coming in second will be Annabelle. This movie now has $81 million here in the U.S., $138 million overseas, so it's doing very well. I think that adds about $220. It will actually see a drop this weekend. I think it's going to start wrapping up its run. Give it about a 15% drop compared to last weekend. I'm going to put it at $6.85 million. Either way, though, those numbers are great for this movie. So, and this list is top 5 has almost been comparable to last week for the most part. Number 1 be Hitman's Bodyguard. It's now $44 million here in the U.S. and only a $30 million budget, so it's doing very well at this point. It will be number 1 3 weeks in a row, which is hard to believe for a movie that's only making the kind of numbers that it is. Unfortunately, no movie will make $10 million this coming weekend for the 4-day weekend, including the Hitman's Bodyguard. Either way, though, it'll have a good weekend. We'll put it at $8.95 million. And last but not least, this is the last weekend of summer, and it's not going to go out with a bang at the box office. It has really been a downer year for it overall. Hopefully this fall, a lot of great stuff coming out, and hopefully we'll cover some of those as the weeks progress here. Hey, that's it for the show. Get your predictions in. Put those in the comments below. And until next time, I'll continue giving you predictions you can count on. They're better than the weatherman. Take care.